Hi, I'm Loïc, one of the founder and CEO of Opinum. This year we launched the Opinum Marketplace. The aim of the marketplace is to provide an easy access to open datasets and predefined algorithms. In this session, I will show you how to use the datasets and the algorithms into your application to build meaningful insights. Let's discuss the marketplace. We started the marketplace in June 2020 this year, and the first thing I want to do in this video is to explain you a bit more what is a marketplace and what kind of information you can find in it and how you can leverage it in your projects. Every time a new customer starts a project with Opinum Data Hub, they are always looking for the same thing. They want a place where they can better leverage the data into meaningful insights and then start to play with the visualization, the API, to build business-oriented application. But whenever you want to do that, you need different type of data. Obviously, you need to leverage the data that you own, coming from your IoT devices, your smart meters, your wind turbines, etc., etc. But you also need information coming from external parties. For example, weather data is really useful if you do energy performance or if you want to better forecast wind prediction. You need some weather information and weather data sets. And most of the time what the users are doing with the data hub is that they are really fetching this data from different data broker and they push this data into their own data hub account. But obviously this takes a lot of time for users, and as we really want to accelerate the digital transformation of our customers, we wanted to provide as easier and faster access to this kind of data. And this is really the origin of the marketplace. It's a place where we pre-integrated a lot of different data sets, such as weather information, energy market price, public information coming from the TSO, the DSO in different countries, and instead of you going to the different data broker, you can really go to the marketplace, look really on what you want to have as data sets in your account, and you will directly have access to it instead of doing by yourself the integration. And the way it works really is we try to provide new data sets into the marketplace based on the request that we get from our customers. And if you are a customer of the Data Hub and you want to have access to data sets that for now, maybe you push this data by yourself into the Data Hub, but you don't want to maintain it anymore, you can reach to us and we can work with the data brokers to publish their data into the marketplace, and that will provide you an easier access to the different data sets that you need. But we want to go a bit further into the concept of the marketplace by also providing you access to pre-programmed algorithms. It's not really publishing codes that you can use to create your calculated variables, but it's more an encapsulation of algorithms that have been developed by third parties to accelerate their usage into the data. And one example we can give is, for example, Schneider Electric. They've developed a bunch of algorithms to do building and energy modeling or forecast, etc. And we wanted through the marketplace to provide you access to these capabilities without the need for you to reprogram everything. And this is really the second phase that we see in the marketplace, is really providing you access to algorithms. This is something that is ongoing and currently in preview for some of our customers. But if you are interested, you can also reach through us. In today's presentation, we'll try to focus more on really the dataset side of things, because this is something that is already published that you can access directly right away after watching the video. But don't forget, if you want to also look at algorithms, you can get in touch with us and send an email to support@opinum.com or to reach to the different people you are used to do within Opinum. And by looking into the marketplace, obviously you have the two phases of the marketplace. You can be either a data broker that want to publish data to the marketplace, or you can be an end user that want to actually leverage data coming from a marketplace in your own use cases. And we will try to explain today the different paths that you have as a data broker and as an end customer to use the marketplace. And the first thing really important to know is, as a data broker, how can I publish data into the marketplace? And the first thing you need to do as a data broker to publish your data is actually going and create a new account on the data hub. Because the structure of the data and the way you publish data on the marketplace is actually the same way that you publish your own data as an end user into the data hub. If you want to start the process right away, you can use the Try It for Free button here. You can create your Opinum Data Hub account online, and after you have published your data sets into this account, you can contact Opinum and start the process from there to publish your data set into the marketplace. Obviously, there is always a validation of Opinum. Typically it's open to everyone, but we want to make sure that the data that you publish in the marketplace are relevant for our users, and also that the structure of the data and the quality of the data are valid to be published to the marketplace. Let's go to a marketplace account. I will connect here to a marketplace account of RTE. RTE is one of it's actually the electrical transmission operator in France, and they do have a lot of data about many different sources. And if you want to have a look at it, here, for example, we have together with them published a data set about the different generation of electricity in France. If you look at it, you will see you'll see that it is exactly the same structure that you use to use in the data hub whenever you are end customers and you want to publish your own data into the data hub. And then here you see that there is different variables in this sources, and this is really what ultimately will be published in the marketplace. And this data are always updated. If we go to the visualization panel, you will see that. Let's take another kind of visualization. This one. If you want, for example, to have the biomass generation compared to solar, for example, and then let's put the solar in orange, and you see that's yesterday in France, the solar production is a lot more than the biomass, and during the day, obviously, because the biomass is quite stable as an energy production compared to the solar. And let's put another one just to show you the data. If we want to look at the wind, for example, let's put that in blue. then it's actually a night chart, because you see that the wind increased during the night, and the production is almost stable. But this is not the point of this video, but this is the data that will be published into the marketplace. And then once you have put all your data into the data hub, then there is just a few marketing information that we need for you to publish your data into the marketplace. And as I already explained, there is also a validation process that will take into account the data that you have, but also making sure that data quality is good. Everything that you put within the data hub can be also structured per site, but it's just a way for you to organize your different data sets the way you want. And here, for example, we wanted also to create a new data sets combining two public data sets, and this is why we have also the Apex price, and we created data sets that are leveraging the calculated variables capabilities that we have, which is something nice if you are a data broker and you want to provide access to calculated variables using your own data. This is something you can do also with the data, which give actually data broker as your way to enrich their own data and creating new data sets out of their own data. That's the point of view of the data broker. But now we want also to look into the point of view of an end user. And as an end user, if you go to the Opinum website, you might have seen that there is a new section in the menu, which is called Marketplace. If you click on it, then you directly get access to the different data sets that we have published so far. And this is actually a continuous work that we do to make sure that you get access to the different data sets that you need and that you are looking for. And as already explained, we republish data sets and work with data brokers based on the demand that we get from our different customers. And I want to take an example of a customer of us that really wanted to have specific weather information, and they wanted to work with a company called Meteo Blue, which is a company providing data sets about winds forecasts, solar forecasts, but also historical temperature, humidity data. And they do that really all over the world, and you can really choose a specific location for which you want to have this data, and then you can have this data in your data hub. And we did the integration with them, which means that based on the request of the customer, we get in touch with the company and we started the onboarding process. And now if you go to the marketplace, you see that there is information coming from Meteo Blue, for example, the wind weather forecast 7 days, which is the one actually that we will look at. If you click on it, and this is the same thing for every items that are published in the marketplace, you have obviously a recall of what is the company that is providing these data sets, and you can also look at the company profile in here. You have access to the website as well. You do have also the price. Then whenever you will request these data sets, this is the price that will be invoiced to you based on the different usage that you have of the data sets. And the important information is really this, which is the variables, or actually the definition of the variables that you will get within the data hub whenever you request these datasets. And as here it's 7 days, you will get for each variables you will get 1 day variables, which means that you will have the gust wind 1 day ahead, 2 days ahead, 3 days ahead, and that will help you to leverage these variables into your own data hub account. And if you click on request this data set, you will see a recap of the data package that you choose, and you need to give your information and your account number. And once you have filled out this information, you need just to agree. Obviously this will help us to invoice you. If you don't agree, you cannot have access to the data sets. And when it's done, there will be a small verification from Opinum to see if you have the right to do that, and if everything in your account is correct to get access to this marketplace item. But it's quite fast, and then you will have access to the data sets. And actually I've created an account where we can look at this data. If you connect to your account, you will see that there is a new sources, a new site first of all, and the site are here for the specific location that I requested, and you see that it comes from the marketplace. And then I have the win because I asked for the win forecast. And actually see this data the same way I would see data coming from my own sensors or my own data sets. And if you click on it, it's actually a normal source of information where you will see the different variables. And here, as it's 7 days forecast, you see like I explained, there is one variable per day of the 7 days forecast, and you see the D plus 0, D plus 1, D plus 2, D plus 3, and then you see also all the units, the granularity, the quantity type. And this is typically information that obviously you cannot edit, and that's really important to understand that this data sets, they are shared in between the different account of the data, which means that no one can edit these data sets except the data owner, which is the data broker. But apart from that, you can really leverage this data the way you used to do. You can start to visualize data in the visualize panel, but you can also use this data into dashboards, reports, alerts, but also in calculated variables. And if you want to use the calculated variables that will do a forecast of your production based on the weather forecast that you just loaded into your account, you can definitely do it. The only thing you cannot do is edit the information, but for the rest you can really use this information as it would be your own data. You can also have access to this information through the API, which is really important if you build application on top of the data hub. But you need to make sure, and this is in the terms of condition, you cannot resell this information. And you buy it for your own usage, but you cannot resell this information to a third party. Let's take an example. If I go to the dashboards, if I create a test wind forecast graph, I create a time series, past and current period, and I will just take some of the data, like wind direction, for example, degrees, and I save it, and you see here I see my data coming from my data sets, and it's really easy to use. There is not a lot of change for you, except that you then need to maintain integration with different data broker. This is all concentrated into the concept of the marketplace. And the other advantage is that every subscription that you get is centralized. And before, if you had to get access to weather information from Meteo Blue and energy price information coming from energy market price, you had to pay and maintain. You had to pay for the two subscriptions apart from the data hub. And you had three actually subscriptions: one for the data hub, one for energy market price, and one for Meteo Blue. But you had also to maintain two different integration into the data hub to get this information in. And the good thing is now you will get only one invoice with your data hub usage, but also the marketplace items that you have purchased on the marketplace. And you don't need to maintain anymore the different integration, because this is something we do together with the different data broker. And that's really important because our mission is really to accelerate the digital transformation in the energy and water sector. And we think that by providing this concept of marketplace, we really do accelerate your business. As I already explained, this is really based on the feedback that we receive from different users, and this is something we are committed to improve in time. And obviously the marketplace is quite new, and there's only a few items on it, but we are really working with all our users to improve the different items that you can find on the marketplace. And don't hesitate really to come to us, either as a data broker and you want to work with us to really integrate your own data sets into the marketplace. And as an end user, if you are looking for something, just drop us an email, and we'll see what we can do to put this information into the marketplace. Thanks for watching.